Today we're talking about some hidden gem JRPGs that you might have missed in 2025. And to help me talk about this, I got David Vink. He flew all the way out to Korea just for this collab.
That's the only reason why I'm here.
That's the only reason he's here. Yeah, I've been showing around town, so we figured we might as well do a couple collab videos. I love hidden gems. I love talking about games that people might have missed, and there were some really, really good ones this year. And so the one I want to start out with is Deity II, and this is the best game I can compare this to is Fire Emblem. It's kind of like a tactical strategy RPG where each character has like a class, and as the game goes on, you can kind of level up those into like subclasses. It's a little bit different than the first game. I think they really upped the production value. There's voice acting for all the characters. Just the overall art looks a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. And the like scenarios in each battle are really cool. Like there's one where there's a town on fire, and so you have to go around and rescue people on the map. There's some where you're just trying to escape, and then there's some where you have to like make a decision. There's a lot of like split decisions in this game, and so the story can branch off in a lot of different ways. But I really liked the first one. I really liked how they evolved the formula with this one. So if you like Fire Emblem type games, if you like strategy RPGs, I think this one flew under the radar a little bit, and they did recently port it to Switch. I know people always ask, when's it coming to Switch? And they put it on Switch. It started on PC, and I think it's also coming to PlayStation soon, if it not already. Have you had a chance to play this? You know much about it?
I love playing these kind of games on Switch because it's portable. Because this is, as we all know, Americans are far too stupid to play Fire Emblem, so did we get them on the NES? No. Did we get them on the SNES? No. Did we get it on the Game Boy Advance? Yes, finally! But we got one with like a 10-hour freaking tutorial because, again, stupid Americans. But this is essentially going back to Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem, you know? And I love this because it stars the character or the character's children from the first game.
That's right, yeah.
So it still continues that storyline. So you still get to see the characters that you know and love and all that other kind of stuff. And then to piggyback off what Taylor was talking about, I think that strategy games are great. I love them. You know, love them to death. Final Fantasy Tactics is like one of my favorite games of all time. But at the same time, every single battle, kill all enemies. It's so nice to have something different, to have a different objective. To be able to be like, okay, we need to rescue these people, you know, or we need to stop this town from burning down, or whatever it is that we have to do. It's nice to have a different objective, and it's nice to change things up. It's nice to have a story that respects your intelligence and respects the choices that you make, and then changes based upon those choices that you do make. I feel like a lot of indie games go under the radar. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to do this and highlight these indie games, I think is just a wonderful thing. And speaking of indie games that I wanted to highlight, Kingdoms of the Dump. Love this game, love this game. This is like an SNES game that was hidden, that somehow was lost for 30 years, and now it is found. Now it is back, and now we can play it. And it's turn-based combat. It's a whole lot of fun. The combat, it's almost like Purple LaCroix, or it's almost like Radiant Historia, where you can like push and pull the enemies onto different tiles, and then you can like attack them on those tiles. And so it's not just, you know, dealing with the damage as you can, it's setting traps and pushing them onto those trap tiles and then dealing with the damage there. There's a lot of humor to it because it takes place not in this fantasy realm of castles and princesses, it takes place in a garbage dump, you know?
Isn't it called The Lands of Phil or something?
The Lands of Phil, yeah. And you play as like Dustin Bensley or something. So everything is just like a little inside joke. Everything's so funny. Everything's so cute. And it's just a joy to play. Have you checked this one out?
Yeah, I even like how they kind of do like a Mode 7 thing on the world maps. This is definitely like a love letter to Super Nintendo style RPGs. There's even some like light platforming in there.
Oh yeah.
If you guys dig that, they have like animated cutscenes too.
They have animated cutscenes. It's very Super Mario RPG insofar as you can like jump everywhere and explore everywhere and find these hidden treasures and stuff. And each character has a different like overworld map ability. Like one can transform into other monsters and go around. Another one can like climb up ropes and stuff. So it's just a really interesting game, and it's a lot of fun. If you like 90s RPGs like this, then you will definitely love Kingdom of the Dump. I highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, no, I was really excited because I did the IndieQuest show last year. We got to reveal a bunch of games and like, you know, showcase some, and we got to put that one on there. I was really excited to get that, and everyone seemed to be excited about it.
I've been wanting to play this one for a long time, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah.
Not disappointed at all.
Very cool game. So you want to talk about the ultimate hidden gem underdog game that always flies under the radar, never can find the right time to release, and that's the Fuga games. And so the ending of the Fuga trilogy came out this year. And again, I feel like every year more and more games release and just like games get buried. And this game gets buried. And so if you're unfamiliar with the Fuga games, the way these games work is the combat is turn-based, but there's lots of little mini gameplay elements. So most of the time it'll be like, visual novel style cutscenes. You'll get in your big tank and you kind of move across this like board game like map, and you can choose like, should I refill my energy? Should I hop off and like do a little bit of dungeon crawling? But then in the combat, it's like your tank versus like other machines, and it's sort of this like rock, paper, scissors. Like you have different types of ammo or different things you can do to shoot, and then you can swap out characters mid-battle and they can shoot different types of ammo. And the really like interesting crux of the game is you have this cannon, and if you decide to use this cannon, you have to sacrifice one of your characters and they're just dead for the rest of the game, but you automatically win the battle.
Yeah.
So it's this interesting trade-off, but all the characters are like little furry children.
Yeah, it's because it's part of the Tel Concerto series.
Yes.
From back in the day on the PS1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And now it's also available physically, because I know people were always like, I don't want to buy it, it's only digital. So
Isn't it PlayAsia?
Yes, I think it's only on PlayAsia and it's only on the Switch, but they did finally decide to do a physical version. So if you really
and I think
want
it's the whole
one,
trilogy too.
it is, yes. Yeah, they went back and did it for all 3 games, which is awesome. And I know the director personally. He's like, it's a French guy, which is interesting. So he started at, I always forget the name, but it's the team that makes like all the Naruto games.
Oh, okay.
The name
I know so much about anime.
Yeah. Cyberconnect. Okay. Yeah. So they did, I think they did Dot Hack also. I just think they're really neat games, and they mix up the gameplay so you never get bored of one type of thing too much. And this one, there's like giant robots like going into space. Like it gets crazy.
The Tyrannus.
Yes.
They're like transformed into like an airship or something, and it'll fly in the third one and
Yeah.
all that. Like this trilogy's been going on for a long time. I want to say like before COVID. This thing's been going on.
I think so, yeah. They've kind of been putting them out like every 2 years. And I remember like the second game they put out the same day or the day before Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like, what are you thinking?
Oh my god. Yeah, like they put them out to, it's kind of like the Tales series. They're like putting out Zillia and Graces to Die. They put them like right next to these massive releases, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Didn't they put out Zillia like the day after Tactics came out?
I
or
think,
something?
yeah.
And it's just like, come on.
We gotta figure it out, guys. Come on.
No kidding.
And the games are cheap too. I want to say they're only like 20 or 30 bucks or something, because they're relatively short. So yeah, if you want something different and always mix up the gameplay, I think Fuga is really, really cool. And this third entry is like cherry on top.
So I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you that Idea Factory has actually come out with a good game.
What?
I know. Mind blown.
They never make good games. I made a joke that they should be renamed Bad Idea Factory.
I just called it Idea Factory, so there you go. This is MADO, MONOGATARI, Fuga, and the Wondrous Academy. If you don't know about the MADO MONOGATARI series, because you're not like a complete historical nerd like I am, this has been out since the 1990s, and you might know it as Puyo Puyo, which came out as Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine on the Genesis, Kirby's Avalanche on the SNES. If you know the games, love Kirby's Avalanche, loved it, played with my brother all the time. This is part of that series, and it's a dungeon crawling series. Most of them are still in Japan, of course. But now we got this one, and it's cute, and it's fun, and you can choose your job classes as you go into like this roguelike dungeon crawling thing. It's like a procedurally generated dungeon, random dungeon generator sort of thing going on there, but it's fun and it's good. They actually made a good game, probably because they just took the licensing over from a series that's been going on forever and a day, and that's why it's a good game. But nonetheless, I'm not here to complain. I'm just here to let you know that if you've been avoiding Idea Factory games like the majority of us have because they all suck, then this one is one not to avoid. This one's actually a good game, especially for like roguelike dungeon crawlers, where you can choose your job class. You can choose to be like a wizard or a warrior or an archer or whatever, and then you have other party members who come and they join your party and everything. It's a really fun game. It's cute. You're this little girl, Fuga, in this magical academy, and you're trying your best to be the best witch that you could possibly be. And then everybody's like wacky and zany. It's adorable. It's absolutely adorable. I had such a good time with it.
I saw that, and I think I even have a review code sitting in my inbox, maybe. So I might go back and play this, because I've been getting around to like these mystery dungeon games, and I really dig them. And it's funny that you mentioned a good Idea Factory game, because in my recent video I was playing Chaos Wars, which is
oh my god,
infamous for like the worst voice acting of all time.
And then they also like they changed their names. Like they changed Yuri from Shadow Hearts to like Uru or something.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. They had Shadow Hearts characters. Yeah. So and that. I mean, the game's not bad. It kind of reminds me of like a Phantom Brave type of game, like a sort of pseudo tactical RPG. But man, the voice acting is like some of the worst.
There were so many games back in the PS2. So many games back in the PS2. And I remember when Chaos Wars came out, and I had so many that I couldn't keep track. And I was also teaching at the time, so I was like, "This game sucks." But I looked up some of the the voice acting, and I was like, "It was hysterical. It's so bad." And I'm like, "Wait, that's not this person. That's that. Like, what is going on? The names are bad. It got like their friends and their kids and their neighbors to voice these characters. So it's like what's supposed to be emotional is just like." Really frickin' monotone like Ben Stein. And it's like, what? Like, how did this thing ever get released? So yeah, that's Idea Factory in a nutshell, and why people are always like, how could you not like Idea Factory? They put out Neptunia. Neptunia's great. And I'm like, yeah, sure, Jam, whatever.
Sure, Jam. So this next game I've kind of been torn on, but I think the developer kind of fixed it. And that is a game called Artis Impact, and it's super, super unique. It's like kind of like a pixel art style game, turn-based combat, but everything is kind of presented in like these comic book panels. Like you'll just be walking around the world, and when dialogue pops up, like another panel will pop up, a panel will pop up, or they'll just have like this very unique way they're presenting the game. Everything is interactable. Like you can turn on and off light switches, you can start a fire, put out the fire. But the weird thing about it when it launched was the balance was like totally off. Like once you started, it was like ridiculously hard. And then it got like way too easy. You could beat everything in like 2 hits. So it was very strange. But to me, and I don't even really know what the story is about. Like I beat it and I'm like, I don't even know what just happened really. But to me, it's like more of an experiential thing. I'm like just going through this world, seeing this like really interesting art, like interacting with all these different things that I think I like those types of more experimental, more experiential stuff. And the combat is, it's like I said, it's turn-based. Yeah, it's fine. I like the way it's presented. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but I kind of like it. Like it's kind of hard to describe.
You're like Marie Kondo. I like mess.
Yeah.
I love mess.
Yeah.
This is a very artsy, fartsy sort of game to me.
Yeah.
I love the little cutscene things that they do, kind of like Phantasy Star 4. They do the same thing in Tales of Arise, that sort of thing. It's very Japanese. It's very Eastern inspired, but I love a good turn-based RPG. And it tells a decent story, so yeah, I can't go wrong here. It's not exactly my cup of tea as far as indie games are concerned. Mine are more SNES inspired. This is more artsy, weirdo sort of stuff.
Artsy is a perfect way to describe it. Yeah. And as you're looking at the footage, you can probably get a better sense of how that is. But yeah, it's not that long, probably not that expensive. It was only made by one person, so I always like to kind of highlight those kinds of games.
Yeah, kind of like Chained Echoes. Yeah.
Yes.
Made by one person. Chained Echoes is if you're gonna play Artis Impact or Chained Echoes.
Chained Echoes. By the way, bonus 7th game. Chained Echoes had DLC that came out this year, and I feel like nobody even knew about it.
You're right. Yeah. Speaking of great indies, my next hidden gem is Quartet, which I'm sure you've already heard me talk about a million times. But there's a reason why I'm talking about it a million times, because it's just that good. Whenever a good game comes out, I like to do my best to help out the indie developers and let everybody know about it, because it's just freaking good. I love the Wild Arms series. I love just scenario breaks, things like that. Like in Wild Arms 3, where you could choose whatever, all the characters come together like training, and then you choose, do you want Virginia or Clive or Jet or Gallows, what's going on. It's the same thing going on here with Quartet. There's 4 different scenarios that you could choose from. 2 characters are introduced in each scenario, and each of them play differently. The playstyles are different. The battle system is turn-based. It's a whole lot of fun. You can use whatever character's magical abilities or whatever that you want to, because you can put them in the back row, and then they can regenerate, put them back into the front row when they're all powered up, and fight and kick ass and take names. World map, great characterization, great story, a storyline that you won't see coming, with a twist that you won't see coming either, which is always a lot of fun. I feel like 90s RPGs, SNES RPGs always had good twists. Twists that you wouldn't expect. And I'm about to spoil a whole bunch of stuff from Final Fantasy, but I'm not going to. Like a twist in Final Fantasy IV when you find out that somebody is somebody else's brother. Or a twist in Final Fantasy VI when the world happens. Or in, Final Fantasy V when you find out about the villain and what's going on there. All sorts of different twists. Or the sisters in Final Fantasy V. Just different little things like that. And it was like, oh wow, that's really cool. It sticks with you. And Quartet has those different twists that kind of stick with you through it. And I loved it.
I like at the beginning where you, like you said, you can kind of choose your path and then eventually they all do meet up. I know that's people's complaints about the Octopath games because they never truly meet up, but this one they do kind of meet up in a meaningful way, which is always cool. And I love the art style, like that, like just really nice pixel art. And it was cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you introduced the game at IndieQuest, right?
I want to say I did. Yeah.
Because I think they had their release date at the show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Taylor does the IndieQuest every single year now. And he messaged me and he's like, what do you want to introduce to give this massive list? And I was like, Quartet! I love it! Oh my god, I can't wait for Quartet, me! And yeah, he let me do it, yay!
I appreciate you being a part of that. So those were some indie hidden gems, or just some hidden gems that you might have missed. Let us know down in the comments, did we miss any, or are there some other ones that you found that you think are cool that people should know about? Let us know. And over on David's channel, we did do another collab. So after you're done watching this, go ahead and watch that video.
Come on over to my channel. We got a top 10 best of 2025 waiting for you.